show. It was a little bit of shit talking. I was a little bit nervous, but we here, y'all. This is Till the Bottle's Gone. This is your boy Pluto, a.k.a. I'm motherfucking tired. It's been a long week already, but we here. A.k.a. I'm about to be drinking about 80% of this Grenade bottle tonight, so bear with me, and I'm sorry for the shit that I might say later on. And I'm going to pass it to beautiful co-host over here to my left.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ashley Bianca, a.k.a. I'm sorry. A.k.a. We still need justice for Breonna Taylor. A.k.a. Black people are motherfucking tired. Go ahead and pass it to our lovely co-host of the hour. Y'all, this is Miss Christi.
Okay, so I get how this goes. So this is Christi, a.k.a. I got a lot to say.
Ooh.
Okay?
Yes, sis.
So that's it. That's me.
There it is, and this is Till the Bottle's Gone. Let's get into this, because I'm pretty much by myself on this tonight. Let's go about it.
Hey, man, quit saying you by yourself like that. Like, you making me look bad on camera.
Because
you know.
I didn't have some nights with Christy where we drinking and stuff, and that's not her.
No.
Well, let me put it like this: she don't drink like us.
Right.
And you don't drink like me, so bless myself tonight. So how's everybody doing today? You got a lot to motherfucking say.
I got a lot to say. Go ahead, though.
Okay.
You know, that might be my one cup.
Okay, there you go. Let me stop playing with her. But you go ahead and tell us how you feel, man. How you doing? Tell us how you feel while I pour these cups for these
How
beautiful
do I
black
feel?
women.
I feel I'm angry. That's how I feel. My feeling is angry. There's a lot going on right now. And even though we smiling and stuff, because we have to, it's just a lot to deal with within this little world that we live in. So, you know, I'm pretty sure we're going to touch on some stuff, but I'm angry. If you want to know how I'm feeling, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling real angry.
Why are you feeling angry? Talk to us. We want to hear.
Because, for one, no justice for Breonna Taylor. That's the first thing. The second thing is the United States of America is, I'm going to bleep my words out, messed up. Okay? Messed up.
We get where you're going.
Okay.
I curse for you.
Okay, there you go. And thirdly, but not lastly, I'm upset about a childhood family friend that was just found in the back of her car on September 16th. So that's really where my frustration is.
We talked about that.
So yeah.
Okay.
So that has I think that's that's really where my anger is really coming from. Not only because she is someone that I knew, childhood friend, grew up with, all that good stuff, but she had two beautiful babies, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they're part of my nonprofit. So I'm angry. So that's my
First and foremost, shout out to her family. Praying for peace.
prayers for sure.
As much happiness that can come to you guys, and learning and finding out something like that from a loved one. I've heard nothing but great things about this young lady. And I'm going to keep it like that. Praying for you guys every night, special one going up for you guys. And I think I made a post about this today on my Instagram. Like, I really don't know where to go with my social media posts, with how these black lives are being treated, how our black women are being treated, because I'm tired of making posts. I'm tired of being part of the same post that everybody is putting out there. Like, I really want to be a part of some change. So that's like really bothering my spirit right now on what can I do on a daily basis to start that trend of we matter. Like, getting some equality in this world, but, that's
Yeah. I just think right now it's kind of looking like we don't matter. And that's what has everybody so upset. It's just like I'm upset. But you know what? It sucks to say it, but I'm kind of becoming a tad bit numb to it. Which is something I don't want to do, but at the same time, it just puts me in such a jacked up mind space to where it's like, I'm tired of getting on social media seeing black people dead. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, every time, it just seems like any outlet to the public eye, it's us. We're dead, or somebody did this, somebody did that. or even just the regular general videos of black people out minding their own damn business. And you know, people are bothering us. It's like, I don't understand. At this point, it's kind of like, what is it that you guys want from us at this point? Like, what is it? Like,
but I feel like that's what I put on my post today. I feel like the fact that we're putting our pain and our anger out there is feeding them. It's, oh, look what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it up. We're feeding the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feed into that. I don't want to make them feel like our lives are a victory to them. Because if you really look at it, what did Breonna Taylor's life cost? 12 million? 11 million?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did.
We really got a price tag on our lives. Like, literally, the verdict came out after they paid the family.
Right.
facts.
So that pisses me off. I have a 6-year-old daughter. I have an 11-year-old son. And the thought of it makes my blood boil. That's why I try to stay away from it. That's why, social media-wise, I try to, like, watch I try to change my algorithm by who I follow and what I follow and what I double tap and stuff like that. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to be numb to it. That's why I don't post it, because I don't, like, no disrespect to anybody. Yeah. I understand the reposting of it, but me, I want to fucking do something.
Right.
Pardon my French, you know, but
yeah. And I think what you just said, as far as you want to do something. Sometimes, you know, people say you're doing stuff for clout, you're only doing it for the moment and stuff like that. But I think that people now are continuing to talk about, write about, speak about, make conversations about. Like, when I was thinking about not just the Breonna Taylor thing, but Mikeana, who I was speaking about earlier, I was like, man, I stand for the youth. I do all this stuff for the youth, but, like, is that enough just being behind a nonprofit? And that's why I was like, I'm going to do a call to action, because I'm one of those people that I'm really quiet when it comes to politics or anything negative. You don't really see me talking about it because, for one, I'm not trying to argue with nobody. It's always that person that don't agree with you, that has something else to say. And yes, sometimes it is good for good conversations that you can talk about certain things and agree to disagree, but then some people be taking it to the extreme. However, I feel like anyone that tries to put out a call to action or say they want to do something, now we need to hold you accountable for what you said you're going to do. So when I literally only went on my social media and was like, I'm angry. Like, that was how my post started. It was like, I'm angry, and I talked about the situation. And then the light bulb went off and was like, you angry and you're upset, but what are you going to do? Like, that's what happened. So that's when I'm like, let me start with this call to action. Let me allow people to hold me accountable for how I feel about what's going on with these kids, and young people, and then we go from there. Because, like you said, being numb is a thing. Like, people are beginning. You wake up every day, you don't even want to look on. Let's not say the news, because we don't even need the news like that. Our social media tells us enough. But you don't even want to open up your phone, because it's always something. It seems like every month, every day is something, but every month something big is happening. Like, okay, we could say this month is Breonna Taylor. We could say last month Chadwick passed away. We could say the month before that some riots was breaking out. We could say the month, like, March was the COVID, January was Kobe. Like, every month is something. So
I'm telling you, and that's why one thing that I started doing a couple months back is I don't wake up and I don't touch my phone for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I would do is, like, probably a couple of people I'll respond to, but I don't like to start my morning. I always try to wake up, say a prayer, you know, get up, brush my teeth, take a shower, get something in my system, whether it's a protein shake or whether I got time to make me a little something to eat. But I just feel like I'm feeding into it, and I actually, for the last couple of months, I wake up a tad bit more encouraged than I do other days. When you open it up, and let's say this is the day after Chadwick Boseman passed away, you felt some kind of way about that. It was sudden, it was tragic. You just, you know, one of the major black, the most famous black superhero that we had today.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you wake up the next morning, that's the first post you see.
Especially for people that didn't know that night, because we found out like in the evening. But what if you was like shutting down from social media? You wake up like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So
agreed. Yeah, I I'm following certain groups. I don't follow the Shade Room. We talked about that on one of the episodes. Certain, people with influence, they just post anything because that's what's popping at the moment. I stay
stopped
away from
following
it.
people like that too. But I definitely stopped that.
Not on duty. And one thing that I want to bring up, since we're talking about social media and making it light. So, ladies, when y'all buying y'all booze and Maybach? I love that I can. Your faces say everything now. We 20-some episodes in now, so I can just y'all go ahead. When y'all buying y'all
my
booze and
thing
Maybach?
about this whole Maybach thing, and you guys, I'm saying you guys because you are a man, and you men are the ones speaking out. Y'all followers, man.
I ain't say nothing about no Maybach.
Y'all are followers. Okay, I'm
But
not
I like
saying
stirring
y'all.
the pot.
But it's people out here. Oh girl, I can't even think. What's her name? Ari bought Moneybag Yo a Maybach. So what you getting, yo man, or what you getting my boo, or yo whatever. Man, I'm getting him whatever I feel he's worth. That's what I'm getting him.
Boom.
There we go.
I like that. She poured her another
She look
cup.
like she ready
Let
to
me keep this
speak on
right
it.
here.
No, because today I almost got internet bullied because I posted my memes I got from off of Twitter today, and I just thought it was so hilarious because it matched what's going on about Ari buying Moneybag Yo a Maybach.
Yeah.
Which shout out to her, like he bought your man a Maybach, but he also bought her a Lambo,
He bought her
and
I ain't
two
talking
trucks.
about that.
He bought her a Lambo truck and a
he's
Bentley
also a rapper
or
with
Rolls
the
Royce.
money to do
One
that.
of them two.
And I don't know exactly what she does, but
She's an influencer.
yeah, well,
Oh,
she's
okay.
whatever it is, she's getting her money, however she's getting it's her business. Anyway, long story short, I posted a meme on Instagram today being funny, and the meme said, and I quote, it said, y'all niggas, not y'all men, not y'all black kings.
Hold on, real quick. You just put your whole password on camera for this nigga. Continue.
Well, pay the bill if you gonna be looking at it. It said, y'all niggas ain't worth a car from Matilda Daddy.
Oh no, not Matilda
See?
Daddy.
Now, the average person that has seen Matilda thought that was extremely funny.
I'm done.
However, there was a couple of people online that literally went in on me, and it was mostly men you know what? All I got to offer is ass shaking, whoop whoop. Oh, you need to pick better niggas who hurt you, and I'm
that
like,
one ain't got no money in his account anyway. That's talking.
and I was like, this has nothing to do with me. Like, it had nothing to do with me. It's just simply me laughing. And in reality, a lot of y'all niggas ain't worth a car. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all niggas out here, I wouldn't put no fucking skate wheels on under y'all chucks. Right along buy you a Maybach.
So she's not buying y'all no Heelys.
Not
No,
So-
Healy.
a hoverboard.
Sorry, fellas.
Not even a razor.
Oh, wow.
What about a skateboard?
Not even the dollar store joint? She said,
Can't even get $1.
Need a chest, y'all better start power walking. However, I feel like, yes, people are followers. Like, just because one woman went out, it's probably plenty of women that went out and bought their man a car.
Mhm.
Was it a Maybach? I mean, who knows?
Right.
It could have been a Honda. It could have been something, as long as it was a car. What matters is how that man, appreciates
Exactly.
the gift and whatever bond him and his woman may have, or him and his wife may have, or things like that. Like, y'all looking for Maybachs and Lambos and Benzes and stuff like that from women that y'all not even trying to commit to.
Nope.
Like, y'all not even trying to commit to us. Y'all not, and then y'all not doing the same for us. Y'all not loving us right. Y'all out here doing all types of jacked up shit, cheating, lying, all types of stuff, just living, And then what killed me about it too is that a lot of men, it's the same men that was on there preaching about it, but they be the same ones like, I ain't buying a witch, nothing. Like, we sick of y'all broke hoes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, what you want to make back? Okay. Well, maybe you should write a letter to Rick Ross.
But that's just like, what's the post that was going around yesterday when Breonna Taylor situation happened, and it was saying the most disrespected person is a black woman or whatever. But Now, I'm not gonna say, oh, I disagree with that, because I said that to somebody and they were like, when I said it, like, oh, do you agree with this comment, with this statement? They were like, well, what about the men? And, you know, they went into that. And I'm like, well, this is almost like the Black Lives Matter, and you saying, but what about all lives matter type of situation? But I said that to say that most disrespected woman or person is a black woman. People that are reposting it, y'all men, some of y'all men out here that's reposting it disrespects the heck out of women, but you sitting up here reposting it as if this is something that you don't do. But you sitting up there with your side piece right now. You sitting up there with your other boo right now, but you want to sit up there and post. What are you doing right now? You disrespecting us right now. So it's kind of crazy how people are talking about all these things and why they ain't got no car and why they can't get a Porsche. But what are you really doing? Like, how are you uplifting women? How are you motivating women? How are you respecting women, but you want this, that, and the other?
Because from my understanding and just from watching, and I said that I was tired of talking about this too, like as of right now, everybody's getting all this good money from y'all know where. I haven't seen nobody buy their woman. All I've been seeing is gold chains, lots of rentals, Gucci, Louis, Prada, all that, tons of crab boils. So I haven't really been seeing nobody just doing nothing major big for their significant other, maybe a dinner or something, but I haven't seen like I bought this for my wife, or I bought this for the woman of my children. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like come on now. So I mean, that just turns into what the topic was anyways, like how do we feel about spoiling our partner? I feel like you give what you get what you give. And that goes too for what I always say. Some people be requesting 100%, and they out here only giving 25, but we not doing that no more for 2020 and beyond. I know I'm not. I have no problem with giving my man the world if he's loving me properly.
One thing that I want to say in terms of the fellas, because I'm part of the Good Fellas squad now.
Oh yeah, Good Fellas squad.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Good Fellas squad.
You gotta. Ladies have to look at it like this. The niggas that don't have a problem don't say nothing.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
They don't say a word. It don't bother them. It don't touch them in no kind of way.
Because it's not them.
Because when they get a woman that they commit to, there's nothing to spoil them to their best capability. So
very true.
That's a bar for some of you niggas that want to say something. Just shut up, because the girl that you're interested in may see it and look at you sideways. And for the ladies, you gotta pay attention to some cats like that. The dude that talk too much is trying to cover up for something else. You know,
you don't have to show everything, even with the whole spoiling thing. Just like you said, how those men don't say anything. Everything doesn't have to be an Instagram moment, a Twitter moment, a Snapchat moment, a picture moment. Like, just do stuff out the kindness of your heart because you want to. Let me appreciate it with you privately. The world ain't gotta know every single thing. I mean, you want to stun a few times, sometimes that's cool,
so
but
look,
come on.
I feel differently now. I promise myself when I get into a relationship, I'm gonna spread black love. So no, I don't post everything, but I'm gonna post what I feel is necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like in terms of spoiling, I feel like any time that you spoil someone, it should be natural.
Right.
I feel like if, going back to what you said, if you gotta buy your girl something because it's gonna go on IG or vice versa, then the intent of what you think it is not gonna hit the same.
Right.
Like if anything, if I buy my girl something and she posted, that's different. But I'm not gonna buy it and look at her reaction, the Gucci, the blah 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 blah, because I'd rather spread the love of we having a moment together as opposed to what I buy her or what, you get what I'm saying? Like I may post, we went to Africa, something like that, but I'm not gonna post I bought her, the brand new Gucci bag, I put her in a Lambo.
But that's the thing, the sad part about it is that right now, people's mindset, they think that everything when it comes to spoiling, it has to be material. Like, what happened to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be shoes, clothes, car, Like, spoil me with your loyalty, spoil me with your respect, spoil me with your actual
She
love.
busted.
Yes, sis.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Busting.
it just really kills
Load
me
the clip.
how people just really be out here and they just be. It sounds so crazy because it's like, okay, what happens when those shoes go out of style? What happens when your car go out of style?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? But a man spoiling me, I mean, I accept gifts, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, at the same time, it's always, if I want it, I can go get it myself.
I think the gift means a whole lot more to a woman when she's loved properly.
Yes, it does, because
You
it
treat
means
her
like
like
you
shit, you
put
gonna get her a Gucci
thought
bag. This
into
purse
it.
is nice, but nigga, why you
Yeah,
buying it?
right.
It's questioned at that point. So I feel you to make it a little bit more deeper than what we made it about a car and all that stuff. And I encourage everybody to be like that. We had this talk, I believe, was it off camera? The last time we reported about normalizing love.
It may have been on one of the shows.
Okay, it could be, but I
We
feel
do
like
drink, so.
I feel like that is spoiling. Normalized love. I feel like everybody is scared to jump off the deep end when it comes to love because they don't want to be hurt, but the shit is gonna happen anyway.
What is going to happen anyway?
I mean, if you're going to be hurt, you're going to be hurt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You may wait 3 months or 3 years to open up to somebody, and then they still just naturally do something to hurt you. So I don't necessarily, when I say that, I don't mean be reckless.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that have a open heart to it.
Yeah.
If you vibe with somebody, you interested in them, hey, what's up? Like, what's the deal? And with that, to not be scared, also be true to your spirit and your heart. If something happens that strikes you as a red flag, don't walk around it. Stay right there at that right flag until that person that you're dealing with explains it, gives you clarity, or you get understanding on it. A lot of us are walking around a lot of red flags, bringing those along with us, and I feel like that's where the most pain comes from. Because when you deal with somebody and you deal with their red flags, and then you finally have that moment of, oh shit, it makes you look at yourself and why you thought it was okay to deal with.
Right.
And that's what I try to encourage people when it comes to dating. Like, don't be scared, but don't ignore those red flags. Stay where you're at when you see one.
Right. I also think that with those red flags and all of that dating, because, you know, we got a lot to say in the dating area.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, child, we should have sat next to
I'm
each
like,
other.
Got a lot to say in that. But what I was going to say is, I do understand when it comes to like being guarded because you done been through something or you've been hurt, and I agree with you in regards to the whatever's gonna happen in 1 month can happen in 3 years, can happen in 10 years, can happen in 30 years. Because you know people be married for a long time, 30 years break up, they now 60 years old, single again. But what I would say to that is I think that when we go through things and things do happen to us, what we should try to do is not look at the negative in it, because everything is a lesson. No matter what we go through, it's always a lesson behind it. So you may have been with somebody, I don't know, maybe at one point they raised their hand a bit or whatever, and they may teach you like to be stronger in some other capacity in your life. It doesn't always have to directly be geared towards what is happening in that situation, meaning a relationship, love. It could be something completely different, but I think that when things happen to us, we go straight to attack what that is. Like, oh, this is a negative. This nigga done broke my heart. Now I ain't gonna date for a whole another 6 years.
Yeah.
And then the person that probably was meant for you then walked right by you because your heart is so guarded.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
Come back.
Oh shoot! Not come back.
Baby, come back. We're gonna put your name on Instagram at the bottom of this.
I'm gonna send a letter.
Come back, my boy.
I'm sorry.
She's sorry.
Hit her up like Melvin did Jody's mama.
Oh man, that has happened to me.
Oh,
I've definitely let a good one slip.
I never heard of this.
I think we've talked about this before. Probably a while ago. Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes, I've definitely let one slip away.
Wow.
And it was because I was damaged. I was very damaged. I was very upset. I was heartbroken. I was just very bitter, angry. I will never do that again, though. Never. I will never do that again. That was a huge lesson learned for me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, child, come back. Call me. Please.
That's it hard. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I felt like I let a good one go. But I do feel like I've had feelings of maybe it could have been that way if I was a different dude. If I didn't do all the fuckboy shit and bitch boy shit that I was doing in my past relationships. But I don't know. Like a lot of people speak about relationships and like, Jesus, I'm gonna step away from that.
What, relationship?
What I was gonna say, I was probably gonna get slid.
No.
Now you gotta say it. Because,
You
You
say
gonna pick
it.
me up when she slide me?
I don't
I'm
know.
not gonna slide you.
You saying Ashley
Or
gonna slide
you might, because you got a lot to say too.
I do, but I still speak on it. I might slide you, might not. I don't know. Come on.
Please, no, I don't need the double whammy tonight.
You might get it.
So look, let
You
me
want
get this
to sit in the middle.
Let me get to get a nice ratio going. But this is in my maturity. I'm busting off the head. In my maturity, I'm trying to understand the thought process of a woman because I'm still confused on a lot of things.
Okay.
I do not understand why women. I don't understand why women internalize so much from their relationships with men, but in the midst of internalizing a lot of things, because of that pain you were experiencing, you didn't, because of those negative moments, you did not try to change what your negative portion was in the relationship. But you internalized the pain. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
It is. I do. But I think that goes back to women, and I'm saying because I've done this before, I'm trying to be better with it, but I think it's just the whole accountability part. You internalize things even though you know that this is the situation, but most women, we think, I think most women feel that when men do whatever it is that they're doing wrong or whatever the case may be, we see ourselves as, okay, I did all that I can, and I was this and I was that. But on the flip side, we're not perfect either.
Yeah,
so it's things that we have going on and that's going on with us. But until you're ready to show accountability for that, you're just going to internalize it and say, I'm just hurting. So I can say this because first I was like, I don't even know if I want to say this, but I'm going to say it.
You sound like me.
Yeah, because I don't know, some stuff is personal type of thing. But I have been married twice. So people don't know that. So people do, some people don't. So I'm currently going through a divorce. That's what's happening. So a lot of people don't know because I don't post it on social media. They just see there's no pictures there anymore. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe she just decided that she don't want to post pictures no more. But that's what's happening. However, any and everything that has taken place in both relationships, I can take accountability for the things that I have done that may have led to certain situations. Most of us just want to say, oh, the man did this, the man did that. They may be flawed, they may have done some stuff too, but what did you do? Because I feel like in any situation, there's not a perfect person in it.
Yes.
So even if something did happen, let's just say we got into an argument, let's just say everything was perfect and my man was cheating. So we could take that and say, well, he was cheating because he a dog, yada, yada, yada. But did you do everything in your power for your man not to try to go anywhere? Or was he trying to be a lion? And you know how some men be like, I need to see if I still got it, so this is why I did this. Like, I think that we don't think about that enough. Not to say that some men just out here cheating because that's what they choose to do, and you probably was doing everything perfect. But I think that at all stages in our relationship, we still have to take a look at ourselves too. And I think sometimes women don't do that.
I think it's hard for women to accept that because it feels like they're giving a green light to what the man did. As opposed to, no, it's not right for a nigga to cheat. If you don't cheat, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's nothing wrong to say, hey, I didn't make it hard for the nigga either.
Right. I agree.
And that's simply just what you're saying. You're not saying that you okay with him cheating.
Right.
You're not saying that it's okay, well, let's work it out because I wasn't cooking and I wasn't cleaning. No. maybe if I did this, maybe that's what I was pretty much saying earlier with myself. Like,
Yeah.
maybe if I was a different guy, maybe the relationship would have went a different direction, as opposed to feeling like I had, oh my gosh, like, oh, the one, she slipped away and she was doing everything, but I was still being a fuckboy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like I have a lot of female friends, and I don't know what it is. I guess because my positivity and what I post on Instagram, I get a lot of phone calls and they want to talk to me. And what I usually hear is women talk about what the man did, and I just need to find a guy that's. But it's like, if you found a guy that whatever you prayed for, and you have not healed, and something that he does feels or is similar to what this other man did, you're going to be the same woman. And it could be this. Oh, I'm going to the bar with the homies. He probably really going to the bar with the homies, going to text you when he get there, text you while you're there when you get home, but because you didn't heal, because you didn't take your own accountability to be like, maybe when he was out and we texted him, it made him feel some kind of way. I'm not going to do this in this relationship. Sometimes it can be that simple. And then when it happens, it's like, see, I knew because it ain't that deep. Like, one quote that I keep seeing.
I don't know, like, you said it at the same time.
Jesus Christ. And I'm sorry, bro. I think I said off camera, this ain't a good batch, but I think it just hit me like a tsunami. What's this meme that I be seeing? I'm probably going to get to it later. But like I was saying, it's a lot. I do this. I told you this before we even started.
I wanted to know what it was.
It's gonna come to me, and hopefully we're not on a different subject at this point. But it's a lot of women that don't want to go through that pain and look in the mirror. And I want women to do that so when they find that guy, it's just natural. It's not a big episode or the first part of the relationship or the whole relationship is healing. Like, I'm all for doing things together, but if that's all our relationship is, that's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, come with your tune-ups. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
Come with your tune-ups. Come ready for war. And along the way, if something pops up, we'll deal with it. But it's not going to be from we met, and we're trying to find a good time within the bullshit. Fuck no.
Yeah.
That will never happen to me again. I will never be in another relationship like that again in my life. And I don't want that for anybody else either.
Yeah, I do think that people need to heal themselves before jumping into another relationship or just taking that over into the next situation. Because, hurt people.
Yeah.
And, but then you have some people, too, that they act as if they're healed. And in reality, once you really get to know them and you start seeing, like, the problems that it brings, you really start to see, like, you're not healed. Like, it's a little bit more deeper. Something that you have to work on for yourself. Like, I can't pull you out the mud with this one. I can't do that. Like, you way too deep in it. Whether it be counseling, therapy, something like that. And that's another thing, too, where I'm big on, like, us bringing a lot of awareness to mental health.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't think that they have mental issues, and they do. And it affects them in so many ways, especially in relationships, too, because it's like you're winging it. And it's like, what is the point of being in a relationship then? Like, you're just winging it. Like, you just sitting there waiting. Like, okay, you gonna mess up today. Come on. You know,
it's not because it's another woman in here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A lot of you niggas do that.
That's because they scared of the word
I wish you
mental
could go to
health.
commercial.
It's mental health, but it's also a lot of men that test drive women. And these are the men that you spoke about when it came to posting about the Breonna Taylor and the black women are the most. I could talk about this all night, and it's tough for me because
Don't cry.
I was one of them guys. No, it's not that. I was one of them guys. So to some people that don't know the new me and know what I've been through to get to where I am today, you might look at me sideways, but man, let's stop test driving these beautiful black women that come into your life to help. We're not talking about a woman that just come through because you got some money and you got status, she trying to be around. We talk about women that really listen to your problems and shit and actually want to be there for you, and then you take advantage of it.
Yep.
Because you told her you didn't want a relationship.
Oh,
You don't want a
God,
relationship. You know she does.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's more women out
Wow.
there. It's kind of hard. I understand as a man. It's kind of hard to understand that concept because we think with, but I feel like with a certain level of maturity, it goes from here to like mental. You know what I mean? And the mental stimulation, when you find a woman that stimulates you mentally, and fellas, I really want y'all to get in that bag. When you meet a woman that stimulates you mentally, everything else takes care of itself, and you'll understand the difference from how you were loving or dating before, as opposed to when you find that one. And I say that one mentally, because even if that doesn't work, that's all you'll want out of a woman. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, very true.
What about the men that are like, oh, you're so perfect, you're so this, but I don't want to talk to you like that because I ain't right, or something ain't going, or I don't have this going on in my life yet. Like,
what man
what's up? What's up with those men? What's up with them?
Bitch man. They're giving you the disclaimer that
Test
I'm
drive.
gonna fuck
You
you up.
just said test drive.
You're too perfect.
You're
Why
so
are you pointing out that I am
perfect.
exactly
Who you need, and then
But
you don't want it.
For me, as a man, I can't speak for the rest of y'all. I will speak for my circle and the guys that I hang out with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to speak for my current relationship. My woman makes me want to get up every day and want to go get it.
Okay.
Point blank, period. And there's even at times to be even more detailed where I'll talk to her and I'm like, because I'm currently unemployed, she's employed, but I hustle when I go get my bread. I'm not broke.
Yeah.
I go out there and I go get it, but I be sometimes feeling guilty because I know, for what I went to school for, I could be making more money than I am now.
Correct.
I'm like, man, like I want to give her a house. I want more kids. I want to travel. I want to get the bag. I want to get her the person without posting it on IG. So for me, I have that feeling sometimes of insecurity, but it's that woman, like you said, like, we're good. I'm not with you for that, and I see what you're working towards. So back to what you said, you talking about niggas that don't want to work for. You talking about a nigga that don't want to, oh shit, she fuck with me for me?
Right.
And all I gotta do is get up and wake up, and instead of worrying about Instagram, all I gotta do is go up and be a man? Think about that. You're perfect. And I'm saying that, dang, I gotta reach this level, but you don't try everything in your power to do so?
Yes.
Stay away from those.
Because you don't know what that woman been through. You don't know if that woman, how long that woman was unemployed. You don't know if that woman
She
just
might have a
got done
story, too.
struggling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody has a story.
I got another.
Everybody has a story.
I was gonna ask y'all something, thinking about topics to talk about when it comes to women. When you said that in terms of a woman's struggle, a woman can have humble beginnings, a woman can be silver, gold, and platinum score. But I wanted to talk to y'all because it's predominantly women, y'all on my head today. The bro ain't here with me. It goes to that nurturing side of a woman that's natural. And I'm going to speak about a black woman. That's all I know. And that's what I love. So I feel like naturally for women, and that's what sucks when it comes to love, dating, men. I'm going to say black men because that's all I know. I don't have too many homies outside of the black race. Women are naturally nurturers.
Facts.
And you had to teach me that. It was a couple of almost slip and slide records on these episodes for you to talk to me, and I got it. So the nurturing side of a woman when they meet a guy that let's say, I don't want to say he doesn't have any ambition and he doesn't have any drive. He just hasn't done anything yet. That woman wants to be like, okay, well, babe, what's up?
What you got?
I got my laptop open. What's up? You need a job? Let's go on Indeed together. Give me your resume. Nah, that shit trash. Let me update that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ain't got no work clothes. We're going to Marshall's, Ross, Burlington Coat Factory. Don't sleep on them. Nordstrom's drag too, but what's where you donate clothes?
Goodwill.
Goodwill. We're gonna get you 10 ties. We're gonna
Yeah.
figure it the fuck out. And a lot of men don't take that as intimidation, as opposed to a blessing. To sit there and say this woman wants to ride with me and she sees something in me that I don't see in myself.
Yeah, or like you there, like, oh, we're trying to be your mom or something like that. No,
I think it's the pride too that men have.
yeah.
Of course it is.
That pride is for sure what won't allow a man to do that. And it's not like we trying to say we your, like you said, we your mama or we got more than you or we're better than you because we helping you get here. Because if you gonna be with me, if I'm trying to date you long term and I want something long term, I'm not about to be throwing in your face, I did this and that. But some men are also hurt because they done been with women that done that. Throw that something in your face, or maybe you was down at one point and you got here and then life happened again and you got back down. But when life happened, that woman that you was with was like, oh, you down again? I'm cool. Like, nigga, I'm the one that made you this. I'm the one that did that. That's when men be like, now I'm gonna do everything for myself. Yeah, like I'm gonna do everything myself because ain't no woman gonna ever have to throw in my face that you got me here.
Yeah.
So it be damaged men just like it be damaged women.
But I'm big on, like, it's not really how you start, it's how you finish.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you might
Agreed.
have got me off my feet and you may have did this, but at the end of the day, it was me that finished out strong. Like, it's me that's
You got the
got it
job.
going, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for that. Thank you. But at the end of the day, I was the one putting in the work.
Right.
So, I don't like when people do that either. Like, acting like they made you and stuff like that. I've been through that too, not too long ago, but not even in a dating situation. But that's a whole nother topic I won't even provide clout to. But like, don't act like you made somebody. Like, yeah, I mean, it's nothing wrong with helping somebody. Like, what's wrong with that?
I just don't understand how that sit right in people's spirit.
Yeah, I did this.
My
Like, what does that do for you?
I don't like. And
It's
here's
not
the thing, too,
clear.
I don't like to fuck with people that act like they gonna do things for you just off the strength that they can go back and brag about it later or throw it up in your face. I don't deal with people like that. I can't do that because it means it's not genuine.
Right.
You're doing it because you want acknowledgement, and it's like, well, then damn, it could have been like a quarrel or I don't know, something like, well, what did you could have told me what you wanted for in exchange from the beginning.
You said something beautiful, like acknowledgement. Acknowledgement will save a whole lot of relationships. We talk about pride, we talk about a whole bunch of stuff. How good would it feel for you? I'm going to focus on the women. Y'all wake up, y'all made breakfast for the family. After a night of cooking and cleaning, whatever it is, some women don't cook and clean. I'm just saying, you were working hard. You go to work, boss getting on your nerves, it's that creep ass co-worker that always staring at you and shit. You got a phone call, bad news, and then you got a man that come home and say, look, I can't cook, but I got your favorite from whatever restaurant. I hate this fucking show, Love Country, whatever it is, but I'm gonna watch it with you, baby, because I see you and you working hard. I see you. That goes millions of miles.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, from that day, all that stress that you felt in here, it's just gone. And a lot of people in any kind of relationship, like you said, your comment wasn't about, being in a relationship. It was, and let's make relationship not about boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife or, husband and husband, wife and wife. It could be homie to homie. Homegirl to homegirl, homeboy to homegirl. Like, you have to, especially in today's day and age, with the negativity that's going on in our community and everywhere when it comes to anything black, it goes a mile to just send a text. I don't I've had days where I was questioning myself. And it's God. Like, I know when God is speaking to me, I love my relationship with God. When literally, as soon as I'm having the darkest of thoughts, I get the text. Hey Josh, I love you, or Eric Thomas YouTube will pop up. It'll be I go on Instagram and y'all posted a meme or something, and it's like, damn, I was just.
Yeah, it hit. Like, oh man.
He know what he doing.
But somebody that you love,
Yeah.
that you grinding for, that you waking up and you know how y'all wake up, y'all sit on the edge of the bed and they be like,
Yeah.
fuck that job.
And I'm like that in a relationship. Like if I'm with my man and like you having a day, and I could just tell. Like I always tell people, I'm big on energy. You can tell when like your mate's energy is off or something like that. Like you know, I'm that type of person. Like you know, I don't know what's going on, but you know, you're gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. You know, one day at a time. I try to speak like positivity into my man, like because I don't want you to be out here like, well, damn, you by yourself. No, you're not by yourself.
Right.
You know, I'm here. Like, or if you want to talk to it, I'm not forcing you to talk about it. Because, you know, men, sometimes it takes you guys a little bit longer to register things and, like, speak about things sometimes. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. But, you know, like, not even to really have, like, that pressure, but just to know if you ever did want to talk about it or whenever you're ready, like, all right, let's talk about it. What's wrong? But just to let you know, like, you know, like, I get it. Like, it's cool. You're going to be straight. So I definitely hear what you're saying. That does feel good because he's like, oh yeah, she cares, or
She was listening.
Yeah.
I thought she wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But like I was saying, I want y'all to expand on that nurturing side because that's another question that I have that I really want to understand when it comes to a woman. Because when a woman and her nurturing side, not just with me being in a relationship, but you being my homegirl, you're my friend too, like, there's a nurturing side that even comes from if I made a post, and y'all may know just being around me for a certain time, like, oh, Josh may be feeling a kind of way. What does it take if we even want to make it about that meme? Like, black women are the most, what they say, unprotected, disrespected woman in the world. How do you hold on to that nurturing side, or is it natural? Is it draining to bring? Like, please give me something on that because I really want to understand. Because I don't see any other race of woman besides, I would say, like Hispanic women that ride for their man like that. Because as a man, I really and truly want to understand what does that take from a woman's spirit, your heart, your determination to like getting your back for that for us.
I think it is natural. I think being you know how some people like, oh, I'm more of a nurturer, I'm more of a protector, I'm more of a motivator, whatever that thing is. I think as far as being nurturing, I think that it is a natural thing. I don't really think it's a learned thing. I think you can probably take pointers from people to get a better understanding of it, but I think the nurturing thing is natural, but it's natural to a certain capacity. Like, it could be natural for me to nurture you, my man, but it could be natural for her to nurture her baby. But maybe, you know what I mean? Like, you know how people be like, mothers are natural nurturers to their children, but then I see other mothers around here that are not. Wow. And they kind of like, it's like, wow, you're a mother though, but they naturally don't have that. So I think that being a nurturer is more natural than, because you can kind of tell when things are not genuine, when things come off kind of fake, you know that. Like, so, not to say if you're not a nurturer, then you lose points, because maybe you make up for it somewhere else.
yeah.
Maybe your thing is not being a nurturer. Maybe your thing is being a protector. Like, I'm really not really loving like that, and I'm really not a nurturer like that. So, like, if you get sick, I'm not gonna like take you and be like, what's wrong? Maybe let me give you some medicine. But I'm gonna protect the heck out of you, like, regardless. Or maybe your thing is loyalty. I don't know. I think it could be different things, but I just think that the nurturer thing, that's not a everybody thing is gonna automatically naturally be that. I don't think that.
Yeah, I think it is natural, but I don't think it's naturally instilled in every woman. Because it's some women, you know, you ever hear that saying that they say, like, some women are really men.
Yep. I see it.
Some women are.
I'm like, I see it.
And don't get me wrong, I have to question my own self with that too. Like, damn, girl.
Is that why you don't hear that?
Like, damn, you know. But I just think, like, me personally, like, I I just be wanting to like, I be wanting to help. Like, if you sad, like, I don't want my man to be sad or down. I'm like that with friendships too. Like, I don't want nobody that I care about to be in such a shitty space. Like, I don't even be in a good space knowing that somebody I really genuinely fuck with is in a messed up space. So I'm like, I'm constantly like, you know, what can I do? Like, what you need from me? Like, what, you know, even if it's something as simple as like make you laugh or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes natural.
Yeah.
Because when it's me, when the, you know, shoes on the other foot, you know, people are constantly, oh, you good? What can I do? Stuff like that. Like, okay, cool. Like, I think everybody needs somebody there for them.
Yeah.
Like, so it is natural, but some people it ain't.
See, that changed my mind or my perspective on what I thought about what it is for a black woman to be a protector and a nurturer. I literally thought across the board that's just something that's in black women. But it's true, like both of y'all said, it's women that love on their kids and it's women that don't.
Yeah.
It's women that protect men and it's women that don't.
Yeah.
And that helps me with the perspective of to kind of keep certain women in my life where they should be. Because it's like, oh, well, I always thought about it like, oh, well, maybe I should be more sympathetic because naturally this woman wants to do X, Y, and Z, but it may just not be in them. So I'm continuing to try to scratch and find, like, how can I get that out of them when it just isn't?
And you're expecting something of the woman that you want to be there that just can't.
Yeah.
It just can't be there. And I think that's a whole other thing, the whole expectation thing. Like, we are human. We expect things. However, we have to try to remove some of those expectations because when we do that, of course we set ourselves up for failure. Just automatically, you are like, oh, you expect your girl saying, you put your standards there, you say what it is that you want and what you don't want, and the same thing that she does. But you can't be like, oh, well, let's not say a girlfriend. Let's just say your homegirl didn't call you on your birthday. And now you upset.
I hate that.
You can't expect
Shit.
that. Like, that's you have certain expectations for your life and things that you want to evolve in. A happy birthday text is not an evolution.
Especially as an adult.
And you're a grown up.
As my female friend.
So,
Ooh.
as a grown up, as an adult,
That's
there are certain
I mean,
expectations.
Virgo.
It's a Virgo in me. Yes. There are certain expectations that as adults we have to do away with because then you start, first of all, you start thinking in your mind, oh, this didn't happen, so you start trying to paint your own picture of what's happening. But maybe the person didn't have a long day, maybe something drastic didn't happen in their life, maybe they didn't been through something, they just couldn't pick up the phone. And then here you go calling, texting, going off, and you don't even know what happened because you're not about to ask first because you're already mad. Yep, you the first to attest to that. But I think that things would be so much smoother if certain expectations we did away with. Not the ones that are for your livelihood or things that you expect to happen, but a happy birthday text. Because clearly you look like you about to trip if somebody don't text you happy birthday. Yes, you may speak.
All my female friends know what's up. I am very sympathetic and understanding. So if some bullshit happens, I get it. But midway through my birthday, if you ain't tapped in, I'ma call your ass. So oh look, something about, oh shit, for real? Fuck. We're gonna talk it out, then I'm gonna be like, okay, it's my birthday, this is what we doing, pull the fuck up. I got a bottle for you, whatever the case may be. Fuck that nigga, fuck that job, fuck that friend. Whatever.
But you know, some people, it's not as easy as come over and let's be around people to get that off your mind.
Oh,
because
true.
everybody is not that, let me be around you, let me do this to get rid of what's happening. Some people need to be by themselves. They need to be alone. I'm that person that I could be around my friends. I don't really like being closed up and looking at four walls and I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with. I like to pour into work. Let me clean up. Let me get some work done. Let me open up this laptop. That's how and let me play some good music.
Yeah.
That's how I feel better. But I'm not about to be around a whole bunch of people knowing that my mood is like, depending on the type of event it is too.
Yeah. That's
people
that
will say that.
Virgo.
Pull up. Like, but it ain't
Yes.
always pull
Yeah.
up.
That's me.
So you a Virgo too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're
That's
right.
me. August 25th.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm like that. I could be around a lot of people or whatever the case may be, but if I'm off, I'm off. And sometimes I just need that alone time. And sometimes that'd be hard to get across to my friends because sometimes they'll think as if like I'm acting funny or they're like, oh, you've been quiet. And it's like because, because a lot of times Virgos, we're very private and we battle a lot of shit alone. It's not like, that we don't trust nobody or know nothing like that. It's just that's how we are. Like we handle our shit on our own. And a lot of times I'm going through something and I'm like, all right, let me just kind of sit back for a minute and just thug it out, and then I'll holler at y'all when it's all together. But it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not.
the Virgo woman for like 6 months.
It's not nothing personal against our friends or nobody like that. It's just simply with Virgos, I think it's more so like when the time is right. Yeah. Same thing with relationships. Like I'm very private when it comes to dating relationships because it's like when the time is right. Like I feel like I didn't want to share that with y'all on Instagram. I didn't want to share. I didn't want to tell y'all about it because it might not be here tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
You never fucking know dealing with me, but yeah, I'm like that. Sometimes I shut down. I'm like, you know what? I gotta get this together real quick. And then I'll be back and it's like nothing ever happened. Like, well, where you been? Oh, just some shit happened.
That's why I fuck with Virgo women. Y'all let my Gemini ass.
And we don't like to be a burden on
y'all
people
understand
either.
that shit.
Like, we don't like to be a burden on people. Like, we don't like that.
That is so true. Like, being a burden is the worst thing. Or even to feel like you're a burden. It's like, oh, you start giving me the answer from me asking you something, and it's like, wait, what? Okay, never mind. Like, never mind. Because I don't want to be a burden on anyone. I feel like I don't have to be, and I shouldn't be. So that's the thing. That's for sure thing.
I don't think I'm going to be single ever again. But if I was, I don't think I could date a Virgo woman. I'm gonna tell you exactly why.
Okay, what?
As soon as I got in a relationship to a Virgo woman, I was dating black. Don't know fucking why.
Well, that's the issue.
Of course, I'm not saying that like
that's not a Virgo thing. That's that person thing that blocked you. That ain't a Virgo thing. Because somebody that
that's a
I
little
would
bit
date
deeper
was
than
somebody
Virgo.
that I would
we
have
have
been
to talk
talking
off
to that was a Virgo. I mean, some guy that I may have talked to and was in a relationship. I'm not about to block him because I don't care. I don't even care.
So they care, got it.
Especially if we don't have nothing going on.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
That they dealing with internally. That ain't got nothing to do with their sign. So.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was just very confusing.
No, it's their internal.
Because both of them were like, yo, like, I don't really want a relationship. Like, okay, we chill.
And then they blocked you because you got them when? They didn't want a relationship?
Like, dating for months.
No, that was some internal.
Dating for months.
I wonder what y'all take.
They got weird. I am open motherfucking book, and everybody that knows me well knows that I am. Didn't want to be with me. Put it out there. I want to be in a relationship. Dating with intent, as most men don't.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to let it be known.
Anybody?
Soon, when I posted with my girlfriend being in Palm Springs in July, my story stopped being watched, and then one day I was like, I'm not seeing block.
Well, those are own internal issues.
Yeah, that's a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
From what it sounds like to me.
Yeah,
bless their hearts.
It's still scary, Virgo woman.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Be careful. Don't be scared.
Be careful.
You just gotta come right.
I always do.
Yeah, that's why we friends.
Elbows. My dog.
Mm-hmm.
Who's this? 13 years.
Wow.
Met you when I was 19 in Club Aura.
We have been friends for a very long time.
Had my brother's ID.
That's one thing with us too. Like when we get friends, like we plan on keeping you around.
Definitely.
Like
my
for a long
circle
time.
is definitely.
Yeah, we plan on keeping you around. So
10 plus.
You do some
my
shit.
brother for 14 plus years. He's a Virgo.
Man.
He's amazing.
Piccolo, one of my homies now. Maybe I need some more Virgo friends. I don't know, but dating. I don't think I'm gonna be single again. But
Yeah, so you don't got nothing.
Yeah, so we ain't even gotta talk about that.
you know, God bless. I'm trying to rush through this real name.
Shout out to Graham, bro. He ain't here with us tonight, but he left one of his batches as usual.
Went to go see his mammy. Shout out to Simone.
I told him to bring you back an uncle or a cousin.
Oh, I saw that. You want to get you a nigga that look like the dude that snitched on Queen and Slim.
I'm done.
I ain't shouted. My cousin told me.
The ending of
for
that
real
movie
one.
pissed me off.
Wait, so let me ask you something about Queen and Slim. I was rewatching it the other day, right?
Mhm.
Just so happened to rewatch it.
How can you watch that again?
No, it was
I
on
watched
TV.
it
It
twice.
was like maybe, I want to say 38 minutes in. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, to it being over. But when I rewatched it, I noticed something. And I'm like, let me kind of ponder on this. So when they was hiding in the people's houses, was they set up by them as well?
No,
Because
they told them where to hide.
Because it could have went two ways. It could have went. I mean, I don't think that, but someone brought it to my attention, and I was like, let me ask somebody that's watched it. So since you brought it up, crazy. So they were hiding in their house. They allowed them to hide there. Then they told them where to go so they could get on the plane to leave. But then the person that drove them there, old boy with teeth and all that, was the person that snitched. Was it a two-way setup?
That's
or was it a
definitely
one-way
possible
setup?
to earn their trust.
I think it could have
You
been
know what I
possible.
mean?
That's
Because,
definitely
and the
possible.
reason why I'm saying that is because I paid more attention to the wife. How when
Yeah.
the police went up to when they was sitting on the curb, and he told the wife, you don't look like you won't like be. I don't know what his wording was, but it was something to the point where you don't look like you won't be truthful and tell, like you don't look like you won't tell on your husband.
Yeah.
Like cover for your husband.
I know what you're
Instead of
talking
her
about.
speaking and saying nothing, she just put her head down. And then when they was in the house sitting at the table, the wife was like, she said something about to the point like they can't stay there, or she said something to the point where like she ain't hiding nobody, but the husband did. So I'm like, did the wife have something to do with this two-way? Was it a two-way setup and the
That
wife
makes
had
sense.
something to do with it, or was it just the guy? So now my process was all over, and I'm like, dang, I didn't
That would
think
make a
about
lot
that.
of sense.
Yeah,
To
it
earn
would
their
make a lot of
trust.
sense.
Yeah.
Because at first, I thought about that too. But when I first watched it, I just thought that the guy who, snitched on him, he
Right.
just was like thirsty for that reward money. He like, oh shit, I came up, But I do remember the whole situation with the wife, and her whole
It was her. It was
aura
that whole
was just
that
off.
energy. She didn't want them there.
See, now I'm going
The
to
cop
watch it
the
again.
cop conversation. So when I rewatched it, I'm like, wait a minute, did she have something to do with this? So I don't know, but guess the world will never know.
So yeah, I don't watch Queen and Slim because I'm tired of seeing us die. So I watched The Photograph. Shout out to Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. I love that movie.
You loved it?
I love it. I
That
watched it
movie
all the
is
time.
so
I bought it.
beautiful.
I bought it. I bought it.
I love that movie.
Little country love.
All right.
Maybe it was because like I went on
Cook
a
you some of
date.
this soft crab.
Maybe because I went on a date to see it, and I was just like, oh, hold my hand. You want to take here, babe?
Did he hold your hand?
Take my picture.
It was a cool movie.
Did he
I
hold
wouldn't
your
say I loved
Yes, he
it though.
did.
Oh, he better have, huh? All right. My cup is gone though. This is
But-
I was gone.
Yeah, I love Issa.
Don't worry about me.
You gotta finish your
Don't
cup.
worry. I'll finish my cup.
Don't send no text to us. You neither.
Yeah.
Don't send no what?
Before we
Bye.
Don't lift up them Virgo walls.
before we
Bye.
I wanted to because we really didn't get a chance for you to kind of like you did introduce yourself, but just kind of give us a little bit more information on you, like what you have
What
going
you about?
on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm Christi, and I started a nonprofit, Children Striving Together, 7 years strong. Started that in March of 2013. It was because I was volunteering at like Big Brother, Big Sister, Aviva, just different places. And I was like, man, like I want to to do something different. Because I used to always be over my children's church, and everything was around youth. So I'm like, dang, I want to do something different. I want to start my own nonprofit. So I just did my own little research, went to the library, called LegalZoom, acted like I was about to be a client, but I was just trying to get info because they cost a lot. No, I'm just saying. And I started the nonprofit because I thought about me, like growing up, like I was raised by my grandparents and my aunt. My mom was on drugs my whole life. She's probably been off like maybe the last, I want to say, 10 years. I don't really know the number, but 10 years. But we don't have a relationship like we should. And I just thought about children that, I got everything. My grandparents still provided for me. They got everything for me. But it was kids that I would see that didn't have everything. And they had both of their parents. It wasn't always just a single parent home or you in the foster system. It was people with 2-parent homes, but their parents just didn't make enough and they couldn't do. So I wanted to create a nonprofit that allowed these children to have everything that they should have, because children do not have choices on what they cannot have, because we're children. So we can't decide what kind of money. Yeah, don't even have the choice to be here. And not only that, I remember our not parents, but my grandparents and other people's parents talking about how when they was in school, they went through wood shop and they had home economics and all these different things that you really don't get in school anymore. So the enrichment activities that we provide was like the main thing that I wanted to make sure kids had, because I feel like they should be exposed to everything. Just the reality of it is, every kid is not going to college. Sorry, they're just not. Every kid is not going to college because some of them are going to be entrepreneurs. Some of them are going to be working just regular 9-to-5s. It's just different things going on. So we need to teach them other things in the event that they don't get a bachelor's, master's, PhD. So that's the reason why I started the nonprofit. And it has not been easy because of the funding part. Everything is free. We don't charge for anything. So the hardest part is asking for money. It seems like every month I'm asking for somebody to donate something. Like, can you donate to this program? All right, this event is coming up. Can you donate to that? And because we haven't had like a really, really big funder, that's what I do. But every October, we do a big fundraising gala. That is the only thing that we do that we charge for. We charge with a ticket, and you come to an event, you get dressed up. It's always black tie masquerade, because it's always in October, Halloween-ish.
Okay.
So black tie masquerade, you dress up formal. We have entertainment, music, food, a good time, and I feel like we're based out of Compton. I'm from Compton, so I haven't really seen any. Shout out to Compton. So I haven't really seen any events where you can dress formal, like you almost going to prom, and you get excited for this every year. So I make sure that we provide that every year, and this year it's going to be virtual. So it's going to be October 17th. At 5 p.m. We're going to stream it via Zoom and Facebook. It is going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to be virtual. And I'm excited because this is my first time kind of producing some type of event. And we could speak about it because it's already posted, but we were able to have John B. be our main performer.
Awesome.
And
I'm not going to lie, when I saw that,
you didn't know who he was?
I got excited.
Oh, yay!
John B.
Yeah, John B. I was excited for that. I was excited that he said yes. When he found out what we were doing, he was on board right away.
I love it.
He wanted to post it right away, and it doesn't matter if he's singing today. We know when that nigga was out singing. We know what he was doing. So it was just cool. So I just said, from this is our 4th year doing the gala. This one is virtual. So I'm like, we set the bar from here. Like, if we now we have some type of celebrity that's going to be assisting us and that believes in us, then, I don't know what's going to happen next year. Kendrick might fall off the side.
There it is.
Hello.
There it is.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So that's what I do.
Speaking into existence.
My nonprofit, and just because as a nonprofit and, wanting to do this, I started the Power Legacy, helping people start nonprofits.
Awesome.
So now I do that. I help people start their nonprofits, do grant writing, all that stuff, because I feel like putting a nonprofit together in general is a lot of work. But knowing how to properly put a nonprofit together is a whole other monster.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. I love what I do. I don't work at 9-to-5 no more. This is what I do. And
That's awesome.
to God be the glory.
Shout out to you for that.
There it
That's
is.
awesome.
Thank you.
Got your Instagram names and all that stuff.
You know I got it. So let's see. My Instagram is Christi with an I, not a Y, _ CEO. Because I'm a CEO of 2 great businesses.
Wow. Hello.
And then my other it's Children Striving Together, literally exactly how it sounds. So I hope you know how to spell that. Children Striving Together.
Hopefully.
You know, because
Please
people don't know how
not
to spell
spell
it.
it.
We'll spell it out for y'all.
And then the Power Legacy. It's just _ the Power Legacy. So
Alright.
those are my 3 pages.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Well, we're going to wrap it up with that. Make sure that y'all get you a ticket or donate.
Yeah, the tickets are free.
Okay.
However, we do have 2 donation options, and you can donate whatever amount is on your heart. But
Awesome.
even it's free because it's virtual, but we would love donations because we do
Gotcha.
have a goal.
So
Okay.
please donate.
Yes,
Tune
please.
in October
17th,
17th,
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to be there because I got to watch John B.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I fucks with him. So we're going to get
Nothing
on up
gonna
out of
make
here.
This till the bottle's gone virtual.
Can I wear
way.
this but just put a black tie on?
Hey, do what you gonna do.
Okay.
Do what you gonna do.
I'm feeling it. I'm
I'm
digging it.
This is your boy Pluto, a.k.a. I did pretty well with the majority of the bottle tonight.
You did.
A.k.a.
See, you gonna wait till the end
I'm
to start
happy.
that mess.
Yeah, I get slid off camera, a.k.a. I'm really part of the good thing.
Oh,
Squad. Man, it was good to be on the other side of the fence. Looking over the fence and seeing them bitch ass niggas. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're like, what's that over there, Dad?
Those are bitch ass niggas.
Not Simba.
Remember?
Your dad comes from there, but we over here now, so go ahead and do your thing.
All right, y'all. It's your girl Ashley Bianca, aka The Bottle's Gone. I'm gone. In so many words.
Yeah.
And also to thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thank
having me.
Thank you.
Yes, this was an amazing episode. And that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to you, and we're gonna good night.
So go ahead and follow me on my OnlyFans page.
What?
Oh,
That's what y'all.
Lord.
Hey man, we out of here. The bottle's gone. We love y'all to death. All that good stuff. Peace out.
Good night.